You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
응답하라 여친. Go to into the shit.
Pak to the kyung to the Jew. Jane,
Mm-hmm.
we have to talk about it.
We do.
'cause It's
Looming over us like a dark cloud.
yeah. Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm. I get chills thinking about what he was talking about at the moment he was shot, right? And let me make clear, I am not curious to see any videos. I did not go in search of them. I don't need to see it to know
Right.
that it's gonna just probably, I'm just gonna dwell on it and it will probably mess me up for a few days.
I did see it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like everywhere. And there is something so. I mean, you hear the description of what happens, but I will say, seeing it happen, it is very like, ugh, just gut chilling. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like you see, snipers in movies and stuff. To see it in real life, I mean, the way he just limped over, no one is immune to gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the man who believed in it so much in terms
Like helped
of,
cultivate
that
culture almost.
yeah, I
right?
mean his exact well, not exact, I don't know if I remember, it was like, it's worth it. Deaths that we incur on gun violence, even in schools, it's worth it for people's right to arm. I mean,
Yeah,
how?
I mean, yeah. It's so scary that like I fear for retaliation. I mean, there's
Yes.
so much that I fear and worry about,
Yeah.
not the least of which is like this looming question, what is college culture going to be like for our kids?
Oh my gosh.
What are they going to be exposed to? And to be honest, when I was applying to colleges, my dad had certain very thoughts about how you go to college and you come back radicalized because of how liberal so many of these colleges are, like
Right.
the small liberal arts colleges, and like it's something that he would say kind of like as a joke,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're gonna go there and you're gonna come back with like liberal ideals, or like, you know what I mean? But it's
It's so funny because that concept, like, I mean, yeah, education in general
that's the
opens your eyes.
yes.
Like, it's not even just liberal colleges, like learning,
Yeah.
broadening your views should liberate you.
Yes. And they're yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like that has become such a, like, oh, you're one of those. You went to college and now you think you know everything. Like, it's not that we know everything. It's just your mind has been broadened to think outside of yourself.
It feels really grim because I think I remember, 10 years ago where it started to feel very safe, politically, and when you're at like an educational institute, it feels safe to be among people who are open-minded and thinking, and
or just even the concept, like, oh, my kids are in school. They're safe there. We don't have that anymore.
No.
I mean, I think our parents had that.
Yeah. And if I remember like the Virginia Tech shooting, right? And how
that really
deeply that rocked me because the shooter was a Korean student, right? And it kind of like, I remember when like there's been a shift where it used to be like these personal manifestos, like people who felt bullied or ostracized, and it
Mm-hmm.
was very personal.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like scary because it's like ideological. Not saying any shooting of that matter is justified,
Right.
right?
Let us
But
be very
yes.
clear. We are two liberal women, but no way. I know you, I know me.
Mm-hmm.
This is horrific.
Mm-hmm.
And we are not, at all celebrating or mocking or seeing this is a tragedy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh not not because of who Charlie Kirk is, but the fact that this could happen in an open campus, like,
Mm-hmm.
forum.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I still have so many questions about, you know, what it's going to, what this event is going to continue to incite.
Yes. And
Um,
I think that
yeah.
that's the true fear,
Mm-hmm.
because we're already like, you know what I actually found frustrating? Well, first, I I will say I was shocked at my own, like I did not actually feel shocked hearing this news.
Same. Like it's
Right?
very like you see the news alerts come find us in so many ways, right? But I think I remember seeing it on my phone
Yeah.
and
And I was
scrolling
like,
past until I had a moment to look at it.
yeah.
And then you're in all these like different chats of like, "Oh, have you heard? Have you heard?"
Yeah.
Right? Then Ben comes home, like we're sitting like at night after the kids go to bed, and I said, "Oh, did you hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah." But it's so God. Yeah. It's like we're so jaded. We're
Right.
so
Yeah.
this is what we've come to expect now, and
We are
it's
numb
like,
to it.
"Oh, no surprise. No surprise that something
I
like
was
that
not
could
even
happen."
in the
Yeah.
slightest surprised.
Mhm.
When I read the headline, I'm like, I believe it. I didn't
Yeah.
even, how sometimes you hear like so and so celebrity died, and like,
Yeah.
okay, what is that true? Like, is
Mhm.
that a fact? I
Mhm.
think
Or
somebody,
like you gasp like, "Oh
like,
my
right.
goodness."
I didn't
Yeah.
even have that. I'm
Yeah.
like, with this man was so, I hate to say it, but like he was very violent in his rhetoric,
Mhm.
in
In the
pushing.
rhetoric, yeah, in the
Yeah,
language that
it
he
was
used.
so hateful,
Mhm.
hate fueling.
Mhm.
I mean, and I never even really like ever gave him like, full attention. I always saw these clips of him,
Mhm.
and I did read articles about what he was about, but
Mhm.
I never even gave him that much space
Thought.
in my
Yes,
mind, and
exactly.
yet I still knew how
Yeah.
much hate
Mhm.
he pushed out
Mhm.
to I mean, it almost became like he loved pushing buttons.
Mhm.
Like a circus show.
Mhm.
Like, I'm like, this is how he rage baited all the
Right.
time, to the point that you became numb to
He
it.
was like a character, right? So
Yeah.
I think we've kind of like almost desensitized
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah, Trump, that's who he is. Like that's the character. Like
Right.
I need to do what I can to shield myself and
Yes.
not be triggered by all these heinous things
Yeah.
that he
This
does and
was
says." And so, yeah, I had very little awareness, you know, given given to him and his kind of like camp
yeah.
of followers. Um yeah,
Well,
I think I felt very similar to you.
yeah. Now though, I do feel like you said, the irony of
Mhm.
sitting on that campus
Yeah.
talking about gang
Yeah.
violence, and with was it a banner that said "Prove me wrong"
Mhm.
about how guns should not be taken away. We should have guns. It's each and every, American's right to have guns.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, it's deeply troubling, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, how many times are we going to have this conversation about the gun violence in this country? And now,
But
I
it's very discouraging
yeah,
because I'm I feel like it's just going to make
it's going to
um
fuel.
fuel. I'm scared of retaliation, but
Yep.
then it's going to fuel like this doubling down
Oh
of
yeah, for
conservatives and
sure. You know what I
yeah.
hated? I mean, I really should just fucking get off Facebook because I
Yeah.
feel like that. I don't know what it is. Facebook is the worst. Um, but all these white people that over the years, that I worked with at some point, that I lived close to one point, like they're, more like acquaintances. They're showing up on my feed. They're like,
Mm,
oh, they have pictures of Charlie Kirk with
yeah.
Jesus.
My God.
And I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
and he touted himself as a Christian man, but the rhetoric that he pushed was not Christian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You cannot convince me that, those are Christian, I
Yeah.
mean, beliefs that are.
Yes. Yeah.
And all these white people are posting like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like now there's this wave of shock
Mm-hmm.
and they're all white people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, I've already been here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, been here for a long time looking at the deaths of, young Black folks who are just minding their own business and at home and gunned down by the police. We've had so many stories, right? And, ICE raids going on,
Mm-hmm.
rounding up people like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We've been in hell.
Mm-hmm.
But only now because they have Charlie Kirk, who in their minds has a family like them, has a nice suit that he puts on, and that white Americana family look.
Yeah.
Only now it registers to you that this happens in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Right.
pisses me off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, never in my, like, they have never come up on my
Mm-hmm.
feed caring about any of these other deaths.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Yeah.
that they're like, oh my God,
Well,
it
it's
can
like
happen
it
to
feeds
us.
into like their belief that they're under attack.
I mean, it seems like all this time,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they had the privilege of saying, well, it's the Black folks, it's the gang violence, it's the
It's
homeless,
this, it's that. Yes.
houseless,
Yeah.
it's the addicts on the
Right.
streets that aren't getting cleaned up, it's the immigrants, it's the illegals.
Mm-hmm.
But now, your dapper looking man
Mm-hmm.
that represents Christian values
Mm-hmm.
and has a family, only now you're in disbelief. We've
Yeah.
been here.
Yeah.
And Trump saying, oh, may he rest in peace. Charlie was a good man. This is so wrong for us to have become this country where, violence is happens because difference of opinions. I'm like, you are
You
that man.
created that. You vilify
Yeah.
people who
You call your opposers vermin.
Mm-hmm.
You threaten people. You
Right.
threaten to take them out.
Yeah, calling them scum.
You call other countries like, I can nuke you out. Like,
yeah, the
what?
militant language, the violent rhetoric. This has been brewing.
This has been your talking point.
Yeah.
What are you? The hypocrisy of
Mhm.
this administration and him being their, like, most avid supporter and mouthpiece for all their values of discriminating, anyone that doesn't fit in their white Americana Christian family. I don't know. I mean, Jane, you know me. I cry over anything at the
Mm-hmm.
drop of a hat. I am full of empathy, but when this news came out, I felt nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I and that being that desensitized,
Yeah.
I felt sad for me. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
sad in the sense that we've gotten to this point
Mm-hmm.
where my empathy, compassion is not there for this man because of the violence that he promoted all across college campuses. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's literally what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Going around doing these talking points to young minds
Mm-hmm.
and breeding hate.
Right. Right.
I'm sorry. I
mean, that part seems insidious. It's like to the audience, like the youth
Yeah.
of America, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's terrifying to me
Yeah.
because we still have kids that live in our homes, and their biggest influence is us.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, you have Gavin now, he's in high school, and I'm sure kids are talking about it. So I wonder, I'm curious to know, like, if he's going to come home with any questions or knowledge, but I think about that. I also think about how we've been a country where, we're not immune in that, we have had like a history of political assassinations.
Right.
And a lot of those people are like kind of heroes in our history today, right? And so I feel it's like a very complex
because
feeling.
I can see it right in front of me where he's being turned into this martyr.
Yeah. Well, you can imagine like the history textbooks. Well, I don't think they have like they use physical textbooks anymore, but like this is one of those
right.
those historical
moments.
Yeah.
It will definitely. And I mean, today's September 11th.
Yes, right? So it happened just a day before.
Yeah. But isn't that crazy though? That we see, like, I remember that young, like, Black father who I think worked in the cafeterias, and he was violently shot to death by the police, and his girlfriend was in the car and her child, and they're like, I remember crying thinking, oh my God, that is so this happening to an everyday ordinary person who's just trying to go about his day.
Yeah.
And nobody made him a martyr.
Right.
Because it's like, well, it became why did he if he had just sat still and didn't do anything?
Yes.
The discussions we have when we see everyday people getting murdered by like people that are supposed to protect us are never like this.
No, right. And I think that's very, very telling of what kind of country we are and always have been.
Yeah. I have a friend who works in politics, and he's of course liberal, and he campaigned hard for the Harris campaign, and he works but immediately when this happened, his initial post was, period, full stop. This is not the answer.
Yeah.
Like, And yes, he's very liberal, but this is absolutely horrifying. But immediately, like, after he posted that, the comments on his page and on all his socials are like, you did this. You liberals did this. You and your vilifying of a good Christian man to a Nazi, to a racist, to a homophobe.
And that drives me crazy. The gaslighting.
Yeah.
Is,
like,
the
hello?
vilifying. Yeah.
Have you seen his own words? Like, nobody, these are direct quotes. Like, what did he say? Charlie Kirk said, empathy is not a real word. It shouldn't be. I'm so sick of hearing about empathy. He said, I was like, what? That's who he was.
Yeah.
Empathy is just a clickbait word. It's not a real word. We need to stop using it. It's worth it if gun deaths are worth it. That's the price we should pay to have guns. Yes, he has wife and kids, and no children should be without their parents. The sins of their father, mother are not those of their children. But I mean, honestly, also, why wasn't there security with the shit that he talks about? Did they really think like, yeah, this is just an amicable discussion?
Yeah.
I
know. Again, so many questions.
In this current climate.
Yeah.
And I think that just goes to show how privileged that whole team must have been.
There's like a privilege / complacency /
obliviousness.
And a glibness where
like, white people really do not think that these things could happen to them.
Right.
I mean, let me tell you, I was talking about the dumbest thing the other day. They sell these quail egg snacks at Costco.
Yeah.
And as I was grabbing it and I was like observing, I love quail eggs. And I was like, oh, and
they're delicious. Yeah.
Have you seen it? It's in a little snack
package. I haven't seen it. No. Is it de-shelled or?
Yeah, de-shelled,
Yum.
marinated, stewed. And there's like soy sauce stewed and salt baked or something, and apparently like individually all packed in this giant bag at Costco. And I was so intrigued because I'm like, I love quail eggs, but I only like think of it in like a meal.
Right.
I don't think of it as a go-to. And so I thought it was genius.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I would love little like eggs that I can pop. And then I was checking out the protein, how much protein's in it, and I looked at it. So I was there kind of like staring into the bag, and then I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. And this old white couple sees me.
Yeah.
Looks at what I'm looking at, and then looks over at me. And this old white man says to his wife, quail eggs.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You should have called him out.
They're really old. Like, I was like,
I don't care.
I thought about pushing them over, but I'm like, also, Costco is one of my favorite places. And
you're the prime demographic. You're the target demo.
Like, bitch, they cater to me.
This is your store. You belong there.
So I was so baffled.
Yeah.
I'm like, we are so lucky to be in Issaquah Costco where they have all the new things.
Yes.
That other Costcos don't have.
Which, a great percentage of all those new things are for their target demographic. Asian millennials.
Right. And this is the Costco where things get tested.
Yeah.
Because it's right next to corporate, or is the corporate, building is right across the street. We're very lucky to get this experience. And this old white man is, nudging his wife like, oh, look at her. Right. And I told this story on my TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, it just baffled me.
Yeah.
And I think I was, why did you know how it is, Jane?
Mhm.
Like we choose peace every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
is this a battle I want to fight? Is it
Mhm.
worth it? This man's so old, he can he's about to fall over. Like
Mhm.
he's leaning on with his whole body on this cart, right? I'm
Yes.
like, is it worth it, Ellen? It's not worth it. So I
Yeah.
walked away, right? But I unpacked it in my TikTok. Like, why are white people so weird about food? Like, it's
Yeah.
it's a fucking bird egg. Like,
I
And
know.
some white man named Ted is like, or no, yeah, white man Ted got mad at me. And then another white person was like, didn't happen. I don't believe it. Quail eggs. People know quail eggs. Didn't happen. I'm like,
Okay.
you think it didn't happen
Yeah.
because shit like this never happens to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
White people are like, I can't believe it because because you're white.
Yeah.
Asian people don't.
And they're gonna go
Okay,
Chopper
my
again.
Chopper. I'm raising my voice, and Chopper's like, "Why are you raising your voice?" Ready to howl.
I know.
You can't imagine it because it does not.
It
happen
doesn't
to you.
happen.
Asian
Doesn't happen
people
in
don't
your
go up to you
world.
and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
that stinks like your armpits. Why are you buying a giant bottle of that?"
Yes.
Nobody does that to you,
Right.
because we don't think like that
No.
about.
Chopper keeps
does.
growling.
Chopper does.
Yeah, they live in an alternate reality, which I feel is, there's two different realities. It's so, oh my God.
Jane
You
knows all
try
too well.
to,
Yep.
yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. So you're just like, I mean, and that's the thing. When we have dialogues
Mhm.
with, people of color, they get it instantly.
Yeah.
But when you try to have this kind of conversation with white people, it's like you're breaking their brains.
Mhm.
How?
Mhm.
How can I imagine something like that?
Yeah.
How can I put myself in your shoes when I've never worn your shoes?
They can't. They can't. And I think that's a huge barrier to that, like, empathy. It doesn't the few who are capable of true empathy, like empathy for, the people who have been marginalized
Yeah.
in America historically.
Yes.
Like, something happened to them where they experienced firsthand, where they can, truly empathize and
Yes.
advocate on behalf of.
They've
But
seen
what is so discouraging is that it feels like this um, unattainable thing, because yeah, it doesn't exist in the white person's world. Injustices and, this notion of privilege doesn't exist.
I mean, they try to act like they get it. Like, oh, I know I'm privileged. I know I saw a post that was like, I care about people. The fact that this death is the one that shook you to your core tells me you don't get it. Like, there's been so much. I mean, you don't have shit to say when children, innocent children in elementary school are gunned down.
Right. And there was another shooting in Colorado
On the day.
Yes. And
you know what Charlie Kirk would have said if he had been alive? Justified. I mean, the price we pay for our freedom. It comes at a price. And we in this country, we're founded on the principle of, knowing that price.
yeah.
That's what he would have said. There's not a doubt in my mind. That's what he would have said. And as a father, to say that, I find it absolutely to be a father of little children and still have that stance. I wish Okay, all right, Chopper, come here. All right, come here, come. Ugh, grumpy old man. Chopper is just over this conversation. I'm sorry. And not to make light of what we're talking about today, but Chopper wouldn't poop this morning, and that's a different topic.
Mhm.
But Jane, you know all too well. I'm like, I've got so much on my mind. I've got to get to you. I'm like, oh my God, what is the world coming to? And this Shih Tzu won't shit.
Yeah.
And when I told Jane this, she's like, oh, I get it.
I get it. I get it.
Knowing, but I'm very, very lucky to have you in my life where I can come and unpack these really tough. I hope everybody has a safe space where they can unload their thoughts and dissect and try to make sense of what is happening in this crazy time. I really like, it feels like COVID all over, like that we live in this.
I was thinking the other day how much I yearn for
the good old days,
pandemic days of being in the safety of
just
and the confines of my home.
It was a privilege to be bored in the house.
Yes.
I'm so bored in the house.
Yeah. And it was a privilege to be safe in that bubble. The world feels very scary. Very scary.
You know what I heard? So Charlie Kirk was, he was doing all these campus tours, right? And the company that promotes that, it was founded on this ideology of like reaching out to conservatives, young conservatives, and having like that same wave of what the liberals have, right?
Yes.
The guy that founded that with him, this man named Bill, he was apparently Charlie's mentor, and he's the one that really like emboldened, and encouraged Charlie to be this guy, right? Well, when they started, and shortly after COVID happened, everybody was being told to mask up. And that man Bill was like, haha, yeah, what a joke. Mask up, government propaganda. That man died of COVID.
That's chilling.
Yeah.
That is chilling founder. Now that both of them are gone. Yeah.
Isn't that something? I mean, there's something to be said about the legacy that you have and how, I'm a believer of the universe.
You are.
And the way things play out, it's definitely, it's a tragedy for sure. But there's a lot.
There wouldn't be those sayings like you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. There wouldn't be those sayings if it wasn't like age-old wisdom.
Right.
I mean,
it's
what
wisdom.
what you put in, what you invest, your time and your energy. That's,
And just to be clear, I didn't come up with those sayings just because I say there's white people and then there's white people. Like people are now, I think, and actually it was quite sobering. Adonis said, hey, like you and I were talking about, this is scary in the sense that now there's going to be this rage to anybody that expresses,
God, like there wasn't before.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just want you to be careful. He said that to me.
And has he ever said that to you pointedly?
I mean, we've had sort of these discussions because I told you, people don't like what I say on the internet and they have threatened my children.
Yeah.
But this kind of precedent
Mm-hmm.
makes people, want to retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, I worry
Yeah.
about people like
Mm-hmm.
you who express, you know, the critical thinking
Mm-hmm.
that that I share
Mm-hmm.
about what this country is founded on, which is
Mm-hmm.
whiteness. Um, I just want you to be careful. And
Mm-hmm.
that really sat heavy with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it did. At the
Yeah.
same time, I have a ton of admiration and respect for you, because you've always been this person, and I believe to some capacity you always will. It might not be the same like outlet or medium, but that's not, that's kind of who you are at your core,
Yeah.
and you're led by um, values and um, but I think I would have said the same thing
Yeah.
as Adonis.
Totally. You are my
Yeah,
Adonis
yeah.
in female form.
Yeah, yeah. There's other ways.
You're my
There's
Venus.
well, there's other ways, and you're smart. You know how to like shield yourself.
Yeah.
Eh, it's just, gosh, I feel like so much of this polarization and like um ideology comes from these beliefs being detached from like real human experience.
Yeah.
And the only way to combat that is to know people and to, we say this all the time, but be in community. That's why when I
Yes.
discover like somebody that I know in my circle of friends who like voted for Trump, it's not a shocker to me, because I'm like, it has always um it shouldn't define who you are as a person in all ways, right? But
Mhm.
it's, yeah, I think the danger is when like you're painted to be like all about
One note. Yeah.
one note, one ideology, right? And that's where the myths get solidified, and the division
Yeah.
and the othering.
People are messy.
And then you don't want, like, it's like, oh my god, that person voted for Trump, like I'm now scared of that person,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna interact. Like, no, that's not the solution,
Right.
right? The solution is, is there
Keep the
trust
dialogue
there? Yeah,
open. Yeah.
keep it open. Is there trust there? Because through open dialogue, people experience
And evolve.
and evolve, and that's where the change happens. But you can't get there unless there's real knowing.
Yeah.
And the danger is that that barrier has never been as daunting as it is now.
Absolutely correct.
Just feeling like, oh, there is an opportunity here to build a friendship, or there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope it's even hard to like wrap up like what I hope for.
I know. I
Um,
know. I just, yeah, I hope that, this doesn't lead to more chaos.
mhm,
That's so sad that that's our hope.
mhm, mhm,
Like, I hope everybody takes a step back,
mhm.
but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, on that note, please stay safe and please stay measured
Mhm,
in your responses and
mhm. It's okay
interacting.
to take breaks,
Take
unplug,
breaks.
talk to people who are your friends
Avoid
and loved
triggers
ones. Yes.
at
Yeah.
this time for
And it's
now.
so easy to just keep going down that rabbit
Yeah.
hole, right? And fuel like more,
Yeah.
more, 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 more. No.
As the kids say,
Yeah.
go touch grass. We
Yeah.
gotta end on a laughter
Yeah.
on some kind.
Yeah.
Go touch grass and go for walks with
Mhm.
your friends.
Mhm.